Heads United. What it is, guys, we're at the end of week 1 coming up. We have 6 unplayed games. 6, fellas. On week 1, we should already be early advancing. Guys, get on and get on schedule and advances tonight. Make sure you guys are doing that. Reaching out to your opponents, talking to them, you know, figuring out when the best time for y'all to play is. We're going to start off today with some trade stuff, you know, some key players that I, have talked to a couple owners that are on the block. First, we're going to go to the Dolphins. Check out the Dolphins real quick. This is going to be a long video, guys. First video of the year is going to be a little bit longer. Try to get everything in. First person for them is Julius Thomas. He's a solid tight end. Solid for somebody that needs either a threat for a tight end position. You know, not terrible catching. His spec is pretty good for a tight end. Release is decent. Run block could be better. That could be the area that you could come up in. He's not going to be a blocking tight end for you. He's not. That's just not him. But you need a pass catching tight end, a threat. This is where you need to come. Also on the trade block for the Dolphins is Cameron Wake. Yes, he is 35. But just look at these stats, man. You don't find this every day. This is a solid left end for a team that needs a solid pass rusher. A 94 power move, a 77 finesse. To find the finesse that high on a power guy is really good. He's got good hit power, he's got good pursuit, and hell, this man can even drop into coverage if you need him. I mean, I wouldn't throw him in no man coverage, but definitely somebody to check out. To wrap up the Dolphins, where's my man at? I don't even know what position they put him at. Kiko Alonso is also on the block for the Dolphins. Also, nice young guys. He's bounced around the league a little bit. Injuries really flared him up. You know, he went from the Bills to the Eagles. Now he's with the Dolphins. He's had a little rough careers, but he's still a decent player. He's 4 years in the league. He's only 27, so you can get another 5-6 years out of him. Also a very good right outside linebacker, especially for somebody that runs a lot of zones with the linebackers. The next team is the Patriots. We're not even going to go to their depth chart. Talk to the owner of the Patriots, and they've had a lot of injuries this week, but they're still fielding offers. You know, go into the front office, talk to them if you see somebody, that you're willing to work for. The next topic I want to bring up is the Panthers. Apparently, this is what I'm hearing through the Vine, that maybe there might be a really big offensive lineman and some picks from the Browns headed to Carolina, but for a big name receiver. But they're all pending physicals, making sure that we get our trades approved. We still got a little bit to go, but I'm glad to see guys already out here trying to make moves. Also, Browns have not locked in anything, so lots of picks looking for a secondary star or a number 1 receiver. Let's check out the picks the Browns got. I mean, no shade at the Browns, but let's see what kind of trades they got for their picks. Let's see what they got here. Browns. They got 2 first rounders, 3 second rounders, 2 fourth rounders, and 2 sixth rounders. So I mean, if you come talk to these Browns, you might can get you a nice young couple for some of them older stars that the Browns are looking for to build a team around. You could get a bunch of young guys for especially for a team like the Ravens. Even though they're in division, I probably wouldn't do it. But for me, I have a bunch of old players that that are going to eventually retire, and I hope this league lasts long enough for these guys to retire. But these picks could also be very, very crucial. We're talking about first pick number 1. Now that's just a guesstimate, and a pick 14, and 3 second round picks. Go talk to the Browns, man. They definitely looking for a number 1 receiver, secondary star. I talked to the Bengals. Bengals didn't have a lot to say. Very, very cautious, probably because I'm in his division. But he said that he is in the works for a really big trade to make that defense a lot stronger than it is. Next team we're gonna go to the Chargers. Let me go back to the rosters. But rosters here. Let's go Chargers. Man, he's got some exciting people on the block. I mean, guys that are just... First, we're going to start with this guy right here, Melvin Gordon. I know this man's got 92 speed, 92 agility. This man is an all-around... Look at this, a 94 juke mood. He can catch out the backfield. He's a dual threat running back. He's a big, burly running back. He's he's not going to be the one getting carted off the field all the time. He can take a pounding. He can run the ball 30, 40 times a game and be okay. He's on the block, so maybe go talk to the Chargers about that guy. He's all these guys I'm showing you. He really needs some offensive line help. He says he definitely needs some people to, some big guys in there. Keenan Allen, another great receiver. He's 6'2", got 89 speed. Let's see, his catch is 92. Catching traffic is at 94. Route running at 94. Let's see, where's the spec catch at? Oh, an 89 spec catch. Honestly, this guy is a really, really, really good threat for a team that needs a receiver, especially some of the younger teams that might want to bring in a guy to help develop their quarterback. Keenan Allen would be a great person for that. And to wrap up the Chargers, Melvin Ingram, my man out of South Carolina. I got a little love for him because I'm from South Carolina, so I get the love out there. He's a 91 overall, man. He's got 85 speed at the right end. He could probably, let's check. He can even move. Let's see what it is. This man can move out to right outside linebacker, left outside linebacker easily. They had Sheldon Richardson at outside linebacker, and he's damn near 300 pounds. So there's nothing telling me that this guy could not play at any position on the D-line plus in your linebacking core if you needed it. He's good, decent zone. I mean, I wouldn't run no man with him. But this man is a strong, willpower, big threat on defense. Chargers are looking to make some big moves. Go talk to that man. He's got a bunch of guys. Okay, and to wrap this up, well, no, we got two more teams, but the second to last team that kind of excites me is the Houston Texans. I've probably passed them already, but we're going to start with Lamar Miller. Come over from, if I'm not mistaken, the Dolphins last year to sign with Houston. Man, this guy's got 92 speed. Speed in this game is essential. This running back is a very, 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 very good, very solid running back. His trucking's decent, stiff arm spin move. His juke is a 91. Not the best catching back, but this guy could be essential for a team that needs a running back, man. He can carry a workload. I've seen him do it time and time again in mini-Madden franchises. Don't let this guy sleep, man. If somebody doesn't scoop him up, I'm going to be very surprised. Lamar Miller, man. He's definitely somebody to look at. Also, we're going to go down here to Brian Cushing, man. Brian Cushing. Been around the league a while. He was one of my favorite guys, man. He really, his speed's not the greatest, Play rec's pretty good. His tackling's decent. Block shedding's okay. This is where he comes into handy. This man's got 71 man and 79 zone. He's not, I wouldn't put him at your first middle linebacker, but for this guy to come in, if you need a second strong middle linebacker, you don't have somebody like that, this guy is definitely one of those. And who knows, Houston might want to do a package deal where you can get both of these guys, man. Go talk to Houston. Final trade talk that I have is me as a Ravens owner and the Falcons owner. We're pending, trade approvals and all that when it gets a little bit down further. But I want to show off, a little bit because I am the Ravens, you know what I mean? And I love to run the ball. But Tevin Coleman, right here, this guy is an absolute monster. Absolute monster. He just anything about a running back you want, this guy has got. He's a great all-around running back, really close to Lamar Miller. Him and Lamar Miller are very close and very stout skill sets. But I can understand why he's trying to move Tevin Coleman. He's got Devontae Freeman. But I'll probably be moving one of my young corners that I hate to do, because this guy will be a beast, man. He's a rookie, but he's 6 foot, and he's got 92 speed, 93 acceleration, 83 zone, 76 man. This man will be a beast. He will be a beast in this league for a very long time to come. Okay, since that wraps up trades, let's go on to games from the week. We have, just a reminder, we have 6 unplayed games, guys. Let's just get them in. Like, I mean, honestly, like, I don't know about you guys, but when it advances, I want to play my game right then. I want to get in there. I want to make sure my team gets a W for the week. I don't want nothing to get in my way. That's just me. I'm a competitive by nature. Oh, wrong place. But we're going to start out here. I think we're going to go to the Chiefs-Pats game, which was really shocking to me, especially since the Pats only scored 12 points. Must have had a rough chance on defense for the Patriots. But some key guys that really stuck out. Mahomes had a decent game. You know what I mean? Bring those interceptions down, and it was a really great game. If he didn't throw 2 picks, great, solid performance. Might as well do it just like in real life. Kamir Hunt drops 145 yards, 7.3 yards a carry. He's got 1 touchdown. That man is a beast. He's going to be a beast. He's going to be a great staple for the NFL years to come. Another guy that I'm high on is this guy right here, Tyreek Hill, man. 5 receptions, 113 yards, man. He has 85 receiving yards after the catch. That right there changes games when he can make moves and get down the field. He came from a small college, man. He's a great story. If you ain't heard, listen to it, go check it out. Brandon Cooks came through a little bit. He had 4 catches, 89 yards. Like to see him get more involved in that offense. Let's see. Next is the Ravens-Bengals game. Joe Flacco didn't do much. 4 interceptions, had a rough game. That's why Kaepernick is now on the roster. Kaepernick will be fighting for that starting job with me. Andy Dalton seemed to do the same thing as he did in real life. Just a rough game for him. But it was a slugfest and raining, and I missed 2 field goals in that game alone. Dre Archer was a shock, I think. He rushed for 219 yards, 3 touchdowns, 6.1 yards an average. This man had 36 carries. He didn't cough up the ball 1 time for me. That right there is a 55 overall running back, man. He is definitely somebody. Nobody expected me to pick him in the free agency at 16. But he really is out there doing his job. He really is. And I can't really be too mad about that at all. And this guy right here, Keith Marshall, is the one that he'll be fighting his position for this week. Probably more than likely splitting carries. Somebody that I really want to talk about the most, though, out of this whole game, is my man John Ross, man. He is such a threat, but he just could not seem to get past my defense, and it really, like, I want to see him do good because I'm a big fan of John Ross, man. He had a fumble early in the game. I think that just diminished his confidence in the game, and just couldn't really catch on after that, because after that he just seemed to step slower. Final thing for this game, for defense, man, I have to go to this guy right here, because this guy right here, in my opinion, where is he at? Had the player of the game. I mean, yeah, Dre Archer ran for 219, but this guy had 3 picks, 3 interceptions, man. 3. Like that's a really good day for a safety, especially a guy that just got into the system. He's learning really good. But that was a fun game to play. I can't wait to play Cincy in week 17. Next game we're heading to is Steelers Browns, man. The bum Browns, man. They're out there winning football games. Imagine that, man. Imagine that. No, but Kaiser looks pretty decent. Get them interceptions down. That man will be a beast. He will be one of the best quarterbacks in this league for years to come. I feel it in my bones for him. Rushing yards, Le'Veon Bell probably could have got more involved in the game. This is what really shocked me, man. Antonio Bryant, 143 yards, and Martavis Bryant, Antonio Brown and Martavis Bryant. But Martavis Bryant had 111 yards, man, and a touchdown. That's really good for him, especially coming off that suspension last year. He should be doing well this year, especially with Big Ben. I didn't even check Big Ben out. What did he throw for? 425 yards, but he had 6 interceptions. Cut down on them deep balls, my man. You might be winning a lot of football games coming up. You got a tough team to beat. Defense, I wanted to check out. I'll show you guys a couple people here. Let's see. Start with the Browns. Where's he at? This guy right here, man. Justin McCourty came over from the Titans, a long-time Titan. Been a solid corner in this league for years. Had 2 interceptions. Did he have a touchdown? He did not. But he had 2 interceptions that really helped the Browns clinch out this W. And another guy that I saw, that young guy. This guy right here, Sean Davis. I don't know a lot about him, but I'm definitely going to have to go look him up on YouTube, see some videos from him in Maryland. He had 2 interceptions, 5 tackles. Man, this man was on fire. Rookie game, coming out, playing strong safety for the Pittsburgh Steelers, putting in work. Next game, Cardinals, Detroit. Detroit put on a massacre out there, it looks like, but it looks like the Cardinals couldn't get the ball in the end zone, man. Matthew Stafford had a decent game. Carson Palmer looks rough. But David Johnson, 182 yards, man. 12.1 yards a carry. Theo Reddick had a great game. 128 yards, 12.8 yards a carry, and a touchdown. Like, these boys were running the rock. This game would have probably, I should have watched this one because this one would have been a great game to watch. Any honorable mentions on defense? Gerard Davis. Yes. Forgot about him. Middle linebacker from Florida, 4 tackles. Man had an interception for a touchdown, 77 yards. In his rookie debut, like that's something you look for. Guys that make great plays. Okay, next one would be the Redskins, Eagles. I'll go back to the Houston game after this. I have notes, so they got put down on the bottom by accident. And Kirk Cousins has a great game. 196 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not bad at all for a surprising shutout victory. Kelly had a great game. 4.5 yards to carry. That's just a straight hand me the ball, I'm gonna show you what I got. LeGarrette Blount also had a great game. It looks like the Eagles just could not get the ball in the end zone to save their life that game, guys. Just couldn't do it. Crowder had 106 yards, 4 receptions, and a touchdown. Like that's a decent day for Crowder. You know, he's just now coming on. I'd like to see Terrell Pryor get a little bit more involved in that offense. I think that he would definitely bring something in there. Anybody else I wanted? Oh yeah, this guy showed up, man. He's another South Carolinian from University of South Carolina, DJ Swearinger. He had 3 interceptions on the day. 3. I think him and Tony Jefferson are the ones with the most interceptions in the league right now. They really went out there and played hard football. Really played really hard football, and that's good to see that defenses are standing up this year, because last year you could burn a defense like it was nothing. Don't matter who was on there. Okay, and the Jacksonville Texans game. Let's see, what was the score of this game? 21-20, so it was a dogfight between these two. Bortles had an excellent game. I think Deshaun Watson's 3 interceptions really hurt them. They weren't there. It could have been a whole nother story. But rushing-wise, Lamar Miller, get him the rock a little bit more. I think with only 11 carries, you know, could be you're throwing the ball a little much, but you still have 5 yards to carry. My coach always told me if you can average 4 yards a carry, 3 downs, you'll have a first down. And defense, man, this guy really showed out. Where's he at? Lamar Houston, man, had 6 tackles and 3 sacks. If I'm not mistaken, he was just signed in free agency, if I'm correct. You know, tell me if I'm wrong, guys. But for 3 sacks in a game, when you're shutting down people like, he's got so many pass rushers on this team. Clowney, J.J. Watt, man. Just this run and pass defense for the Houston front is strong. You're not going to go out there and just run all over these guys. It's not going to happen. Indiana and the Rams. 31-20, another pretty good game here. Jared Goff had a good game except for those 6 picks, man. Seems like that's a recurring thing with all teams. I threw 5 myself. Todd Gurley had a great game, 171 yards, 8.6 yards a carry. That's what you like to see. Frank Gore, he's older, but still carried the rock 9 times at 35 yards. You can't be mad at that. Receiving, not no real crazy standout. Really spread the ball evenly through all the teams, all the receivers here for both teams. Who do I want to talk about in this game? Yes. Let's see where you at. Darrelle Revis, man, he looks like he's back to Revis Island. He's got 2 interceptions, 118 yards. See, did he score? He scored. He is older than dirt, man, but he is out there playing. He might be back to Revis Island, guys. He's a great corner. I'm glad to see him, do something, especially since he's had a couple rough years. TJ Green also had 2 interceptions 1 year out of Clemson, man. He had a good day. Good day. That Colts defense looked real good. Real good. Rams, there's Tremaine Johnson also had 2 interceptions, man. He had a good day, 19 yards. Did he score? I didn't check earlier. Nah, he didn't score, but he still had 2 interceptions. Tremaine Johnson is that #1 corner now in L.A. I was about to say St. Louis, man. Ain't that something? Man, Aaron Donald also had a great game, 2 sacks, man. Like, anytime you can get a defensive lineman, to get more than 2 sacks is a great game. Let's see. Man, Green Bay and the Seahawks, man. This is a great game to watch. I don't know if you guys watched the actual game in the NFL, but it was a great game. Aaron Rodgers had a great game, being Aaron Rodgers, man. No picks. Imagine that, man. 188 yards and a touchdown. Really good game. Rawls really surprised me. 15 carries, 75 yards, man. I've been beating up on him for a couple years. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he really showed out. 5 yards a carry and a touchdown. That's pretty good. Ty Montgomery, man, got to get him out in space. Defense. Who was I looking at? My man, the dude with the best name in the NFL, Clinton Dix, man. He had 2 interceptions. Did he score? No, but Josh Jones did, rookie from NC State, with an interception for a touchdown. Them interceptions for touchdowns change games, guys. Momentum gets swept with those. Really good job, Clinton Dixon. 3 tackles, 2 interceptions. It's not bad at all. Let's see, 49ers in Carolina. I think this game really shocked me, man. My player of the week, man. Player of the week goes to this guy that I'm about to pull up right now. Hands down, over my guy right here. I can't say his last name. Bethard, CJ Bethard. He's from Iowa. He's a rookie, man. He was a underrated guy coming out of college, man. He threw for 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, man. He had a great game. 52% completion rating. That's what you want. That's a good quarterback for him. I'm glad to see OMG really, making him shine, because I've seen a lot of guys just not go with him as their starter and start Brian Hoyer. I'm glad to see him really do well. Carlos Hyde, you know, he could have done better. 24 carries. He had 3.6 yards a carry. That 49ers offensive line isn't the greatest. So for that, I give him props for that. Get McCaffrey. Come on, Panthers. Get McCaffrey involved, man. Get him involved, man. 5.1 yards a carry, man. Give him the rock 45 times a game if you have to. He will be a beast in this league, man. I'm telling you, he has the potential. Cody Latimer had 4 catches, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. Man, that's a good day. That's a good day receiving, man. He's he's a 3rd year. He should be out there. Rookie tight end did pretty well. Kelvin Benjamin was out there. Curtis Samuel, a rookie, had 104 yards, 2 touchdowns. Man, that's a great game for him. Great game out of Ohio State. He was a beast in college. Trent Taylor, also another guy, LA Tech. He's a great guy too. You know, kind of short, a little bit lack on speed, but just pure athlete when it comes to catching the ball. Okay, down to my last game here, guys. I know this video is a little bit long. You know, y'all might skip through some of it. I'm just doing a little recap, you know, of the games that have been played, man, because it's just, I know a lot of people, I love looking at the stats. Some people aren't that, you know, hype on it. Cooper Rush, man, he had one touchdown. I don't know what happened here. Must have been a fake or something. But Cooper Rush looking nice. Robert Griffin even had a couple he had a passing touchdown. Wow. Dak Prescott threw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Man, the Cowboys, I have three quarterbacks playing great. And it looks like they had 3 running backs playing great, too. They just had the offense rolling. Ezekiel Elliott had 5.8 yards a carry. Man, Darren McFadden had 8.8. And even Alfred Morris, man, 9.2 yards a carry on 6 carries. That man is a bowling ball. He is a bowling ball, man. Oh, yeah, there was... Where is this? Ryan Switzer, man, out of North Carolina, 5'10", 181. He's a rookie. Man, he had 2 touchdowns that week. That's a really good week for him. Like, some of these rookies are really showing out for teams, which is really great, I think, for, you know, for that situation. Let's see. There's one more person. Janoris Jenkins had touchdown for 85 yards. I think that was a really good key for the Giants, man. They just came up short. Maybe, you know, that Cowboys team looks rough. But, guys, we have 6. I say it's 6 unplayed, guys. Come on, Jets, Bills, Bears, Falcons, Dolphins, Bucks, Titans, Raiders, Saints, Vikings, Chargers, Broncos. Get these games in, guys. I want to play. I want to go ahead and try to whoop up on these Browns week 2. It'll be a great week. I'll be back next week with, you know, another recap and a little bit more trade talk. If I get any more, guys, hit me up. But I do want to leave y'all with a question. Do y'all think that overalls matter? I really want to know, what positions do you think overalls are key, and what positions do you think that you can get away with overalls being low? Because I did drop 219 with a 58 overall running back, but I want to know what positions y'all think are key for high overalls and what positions are not so key, just to get a little bit of, you know, feedback. And also, what do you look for when you're maybe looking at players in free agency or the draft? What is your #1 attribute that your guy has to have for you to bring him on the team? But alright, fellas, this is the end of my video. You know, I'm glad I got in there. Thanks for everybody that's helped me out a little bit, send me a little bit of trade rumors here and there. It's going to be a great year, guys. Great year. Get those 6 games in. What are you guys doing? Y'all are lagging. Man, I'll catch up with y'all next week. Fat Pat out.